Hello, I'm Steve Goad with On the Road from the Business Development Center at ODU as part of the VWIC program, which is a grant program that is helping businesses in the Commonwealth of Virginia to overcome the impact of COVID. We have an opportunity today to sit down and chat with Miss Dollnita Winston. Did I get that right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Miss Winston. And what's the name of your company?
Family Life Enhancement.
Family Life Enhancement. What
Yes.
does Family Life Enhancement do?
Well, we provide family consulting by way of parent coaching and parent education seminars and workshops, but mostly coaching.
What do you mean by now? That's an interesting topic because as a parent, my kids are all grown now, but
Yes, sir.
there was some moments there. I mean, it was like, well, it was a lot of. I wouldn't call it bonding. It was more, unfortunately, more survival instinct. With
Yes.
6 kids, you're just. And the thing is, what do you coach families? What is there a particular
Yeah.
area you work in?
Yes. So I coach parents so that they can learn the skills that I teach them, and they can definitely coach their children. I deal with three primary issues or basically concepts. One is that children have this internal motivation to do the right thing. Two, that they are more apt to follow instructions. And three, that they're able to receive corrections. So I deal with instructions, corrections, and an internal motivation to do the right thing.
Now representing some of the families out there, I would say all, but some of them went, yeah, right. Because I'm not saying I shouldn't pick on my kids. They're all grown now. They have children of
Yes.
their own, but those teenage years were, oh, I mean,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I would, as a parent, would question if they had a desire to do the right thing. Like
Right.
say, how do because it can be absolutely. I will speak from experience.
Yes.
Is it can be extremely frustrating as parents that somehow you're just not getting through it. I mean, no matter, I mean, you could ground them, you could discipline them, whatever form. And I won't go into what my grandmother did, which, she made me go cut the switch when I was growing up. And, I'm not talking about that, but I mean, it didn't seem like I could get through or reach them.
Right.
How do you help parents? I mean, it can be I've actually lived through this. So you're getting me very,
Yes.
I lived through this. Thank you for this
Yes.
memory.
Absolutely. So, I love the aspect of coaching because it's definitely, it's not the same as counseling. A lot of families, including children, very young children, can really identify and grasp the concept of coaching. Mostly every child on the face of this earth have either had a coach, they will have a coach, or one of their peers or siblings has a coach. And so that whole coaching concept is really, it's like universal. And kids really, they sort of gravitate to that concept. Once I explain the program to parents, then as I begin to work with them, they're really able to take those concepts home and introduce them in a very warm and welcoming way to their children. Yeah.
Instead of screaming,
Yes,
why are you
exactly.
doing this? I don't know. Yes, you do. I've had those conversations. It doesn't work. But I wish I'd known you years ago because it
Yeah.
was like, oh. But the thing is though, is there with parents, is it better to get involved when they're young, or let's say I'm a parent that has teenage kids. Is that
Mhm.
is that too late for us,
No,
or
it's not too late. Ideally, the earlier that parents can learn some of the skills that I teach them, the earlier, the better. But as we look at the child development stages, and when we get all the way to teenage years, it's been my experience that a lot of times parents will have this hands-off concept. And what I mean by that, they're thinking, okay, now my child is a teenager. I've done my best. I've parented them. It's downhill from now on. I really
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but I just really
I really don't agree with that concept because teens need their
right.
parents at that point more than
Yeah.
ever. You know,
Yes, they do.
yes,
Yes, they do.
yes. So
Yeah.
parent coaching can definitely work with parents of teenage people. Yes.
Yes, I do. My son, my oldest now has his, and one's grown now, married with a child of his own, but he still
Yeah.
has two teenage sons. So
Hmm.
we got it's kind of sitting back going, huh, okay, how do you like this, bucko? So I can tell him, but he does pretty well. They do really good kids. Uh,
Great.
but in that though, when did you start your business? When did you get into this?
I got into this back in 2017,
Okay.
and for many years, I was actually a school social worker. I worked with the school system in the Richmond area for 22 years. And at one point, a colleague of mine, introduced the concept of maybe becoming a parent educator.
Mhm.
With that being said, I went through the training, all of the credentials that they required, and I became a parent educator.
Mhm.
So I'm a vendor for the Supreme Court of Virginia in
Really?
that I offer parent education classes for people who are going through court issues in terms of custody,
Mhm.
child support, and visitation. So anytime that a person is going through that kind of experience raising children between two separate homes here in the Commonwealth, they have to take a course, and I'm one of the many vendors who offers that particular course. And so that's how I got started in this whole journey. Years after I started that, I thought, this would actually be a good part-time business. So I went through the structuring process of, structuring my company and all of that. And then later, I became a certified parent coach. So I added some services to Family Life Enhancement. And here I am now, loving what I've done, what I'm doing. I will say that I recently retired from the school system after 22 years, and this is what I do now full time.
Wow.
So,
And I
yes,
think there's such a need right now because there's so many things and so many pressures on the family and
most
the family
definitely.
unit. And again, the family units, I understand, they come all in shapes, sizes, and
Hmm.
characteristics, but I think it's a common thing that, we'll put it this way. There've got to be people that are perfect, like you see it in the cover, what used to be the cover of a magazine. But my reality is I haven't quite seen the family quite like that. There are a few,
Right.
but most families seem to, at moments in this journey, it sometimes gets kind of bogged up. It's kind of hard.
Yes.
It's a vital service. Uh, have we, well, is there anything you say about the Business Development Center? We've been helping you a little bit.
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Again,
So,
this is a shameless advertisement. And I told you I did.
awesome, awesome. So, throughout my journey of being an entrepreneur, recently my path crossed with a couple of people who recommended that I, get in contact with the business center, with the business development center at ODU, and I did. Signed up for, the if I'm pronouncing that right, VREC.
VBOC?
Thank you. Yeah, that
Oh, the veterans,
program.
the
Yes.
veterans.
And for entrepreneurs such as, what I'm really trying to do in terms of growing my business and all that, and my networking opportunities, the program in general, some of the courses that I've been able to take have really helped tremendously.
Okay, well,
Um,
thank you very much. Again,
yes,
this is
yes.
not a paid advertisement. Again, we want. Let's
But
also
yeah, I don't know really where I would be if I had not made that connection,
okay. Well,
honestly.
thank you very much. Now,
Yes,
here's the
yes.
question I ask all the businesses we interview: if you had it to do it all over again,
Uh-huh.
starting up your business, is there something you would have done different?
I would have sought out a program such as what's being offered from ODU. Because
Again,
again,
I am not prompting her on this one. This was
no,
I'm not holding
absolutely
up a cue
not.
card over here.
Absolutely not. What I really feel is that starting a business is really hard work.
Mhm.
And for me, I can't speak for everyone, but for me, I just did not have all of the correct procedures. Um, I didn't have the knowledge base to really systematically get my business off on the right track and keep it there. So with, if I had had some of the information that I have now, it would have made things a lot more
Yeah.
smoother. I think I would be further down the road than I am now.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. Now, if people are listening on, watching this video,
Yes.
if they would like to get a hold of you,
Yes.
reach out to you,
Mhm.
what's the best way for them to how can they contact you?
Yeah. So I can be reached at by phone, and I'll go ahead and
I
give
don't know
that
if you want to
number.
give out your phone number. Is that your
Yes,
business
it's,
line?
it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
804 238 9553.
And
And
I'm gonna repeat that because
yes,
I'm going because what somewhere I can't do it somewhere wherever you are on the screen.
right.
I'm going to
Hmm.
put it right down below that.
Yeah.
So it's 804
Uh-huh.
238 9553.
Exactly. Yes.
Okay, I
And
got
I can
that.
also be reached by email,
All
and
right.
that is coaching at Family Life Enhancement.
All right. So coaching
Hmm.
at Family Life Enhancement and
Dot com.
everyone
Dot com.
.com. Great. And
Hmm.
what I will do is I will also edit that in so people can
Yeah.
pause at this time and they don't have to scramble to get it. They
Right.
can pause that.
And I have a awesome website I'm very proud of. That is www.familylifeenhancement.com.
Okay, and I'll share that one too. I'll share that one
Yeah,
too. So
yeah,
because we want to
excellent.
give we want to help. It's like I appreciate what you're doing.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And then it's Steve. She's been calling me Sir through this whole thing. But it's Steve. But the thing is, I think as a great grandparent now, and
Hmm.
looking back, I wish I'd had, like you said, if I'd had the opportunity to have gotten this year, I think it would have helped. I mean,
Yes.
I don't know if it prevented everything, but it would have helped
Hmm.
because I
Hmm.
think as a parent that went through that, is that the stress you just don't know where to turn, where to go, help. So I really appreciate you doing this because to me
Yes,
it's almost like a calling.
most
I'm not trying to
definitely.
get religion. It's kind of like a calling. It's a
Yes,
mission.
you're on point. It is. I feel that I'm fulfilling my purpose, just by the connections that I have made. I've worked with literally hundreds of parents these last 4 or 5 odd years, and everything that I can do, but throw in the kitchen sink to help families to strengthen their relationships, to build better connections. I'm willing to do it. So yeah.
And I think also your experience with the Supreme Court of Virginia.
Hmm.
About time the people are referred to you in that scenario, it's been there could have been, let's say maybe you could have headed that off a little bit before it got to that extreme.
Exactly.
But
Exactly.
really appreciate you taking this
Yes.
time to chat
Thank
and
you.
wish you well. And again, this is On the Road with Steve Goad in the Business Development Center at ODU. Thank you very much.
Thank you.